Hello, everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, Bradley Ellis.
Hi.
Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
And Brandon Jones.
Hey.
Brad, what is your goal this week?
My goal is to go in a podcast.
Okay.
Nice.
Daniel Bloodworth, what is your goal this week?
My goal is not botch the new thing.
Not botch the new thing.
I like that, Blood.
That will make much more sense to you later on in the podcast.
You'll know immediately if it does or doesn't happen.
We did have a rehearsal. Jones, what is your goal this week?
My goal is by the end of this podcast to be in the Christmas spirit.
Ooh.
Nice.
You're not in it right now?
No, not at all.
Okay, all right, we'll get there.
Home Alone.
Not feeling it.
Home Alone.
I watched it actually. It's still not.
Did you watch 2?
Kevin McAllister?
You've
I did
already
not
watched
watch
Home
2.
Alone this month.
Yeah. Yes. I've
Oh
watched
yeah, that
Home
would be a
Alone.
Thanksgiving thing over the weekend. I would think. Yeah.
Solid John Williams score. Good flick.
Yeah. John Williams makes it a good movie, by
Catherine
the way.
O'Hara, John
It'd be
Candy.
a bad movie without John Williams.
So
John Candy.
can I tell you a weird, like Christmassy thing that's going on right
You
now?
get 3.
Three things
3 minutes.
You get 3 side stories.
for the whole podcast or just now?
The same rule applied to Ian.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
So the way our house is set up is we have like a walk-in, like a pedestrian gate, and then we have like a car gate. Mm-hmm. And so my roommate put up the Christmas lights, but he put them up in a way that like they stretch across the pedestrian gate. And so now we can't use that gate, and then we have to like undo this big chain and like pull open the car gate like every time we just want to go in and out of the house until he fixes it.
What does that have to do with Home Alone?
I wasn't talking about home. I was just talking about a Christmassy thing, the Christmas spirit.
Why don't you make it 2 stories?
Jones, does that put you any more in the Christmas spirit, that story?
No.
Okay. My goal is to come up with a new Christmas song by the end of this podcast.
Ooh, maybe that'll do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quite a goal.
And corrections music. Nope, not at all, Kyle. Not like that. Let's begin corrections music, please. Loot boxes are gambling. We get it. We get what you mean when you write that comment. That was the most popular comment twice. Loot boxes are gambling. Get it through your heads. We get that. We get that.
I don't know what side of the fence I am on that argument. It's a weird one.
The legal argument says it's not gambling is the argument, but we understand what it means that people are spending money on random chance. Yes, we get that. We understand that. That wasn't the argument that we were trying to make. Moving forward, Deep Down did not appear in the 2016 PlayStation meeting. That was me just fabricating
Nice.
memory.
Wait, it didn't?
It did not, no.
That
I totally believed you.
very first...
No, I thought it was last year. And so what really messed me up is I already had a correction about Spider-Man appearing last year.
2016.
And then I just got them all mixed up. But, so the last time we heard about Deep Down...
TGS, right?
2015, early 2015, Deep Down producer Kazunori Sugihara stated in an interview with 4Gamer that the vision for the game has expanded since its initial 2013 reveal to better appeal to the long term to players, and so the development timescale has been extended.
It's bizarre to me that game's still coming out.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
I don't know if it is still coming. That was the debate. It's like, is it
Right.
still coming out? And it's like, we saw it last year. It's like, no, we didn't, Kyle. But yeah, we did hear about it as soon as 2015. Many wanted us to know that the NPD does not report digital sales for Super Mario Odyssey, while Shadow of War did. So maybe it was an unfair
weird.
comparison.
Ooh, yeah.
There might be a universe in which Mario was the best-selling game in October.
You know, digital sales gotta be huge for that. A lot of people are just like,
Absolutely.
I want it on my Switch right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Switch, more than even the other consoles, is very prone to people wanting to just buy digitally.
You're so right, because if everybody who comes out saying our game's sold best on Switch and they only sell digitally, I hear ya. Okay. Game trailers. The 2010 GOTY Award was for Mass Effect 2, actually, and also Dragon Age Inquisition did win Best RPG at the Game Awards 2014. Finally, Brad was a bad boy last week in German. You said a German expletive,
Oh, I did? Nice.
which makes you a schlecht Junge. And corrections music, please.
I'm only a bad boy in German.
Yeah, a schlecht Junge.
picking that up from Sean.
No.
No.
All right, well, who's Sean? Don't just drop a Sean on our
Trainer.
podcast.
You sure a trainer?
Yeah, chair trainer.
We train
and I
on
have
like
that special
we have like a
relationship.
King Kai planet we train on.
Yes.
We chase a monkey.
Yes.
Brandon's on the cricket.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the monkey though. We're getting there.
And your trainer is just a super fit German man named Sean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super efficient.
And he's very efficient as well. Let's do a little rumor. Let's dig
All right.
into a big rumor actually.
All right.
So here's what happened. I mean, we're talking about Devil May Cry 5. This is not the first time we've been talking about Devil May Cry 5 rumors. It's been heavily rumored for quite some time. But what happened this week is that there's a big thread on Reset Era. By the way, this is not an endorsement of Reset Era. If the owner turns out to be a bad person of Reset Era, because I say we got a news story from Reset Era, it's not me saying like Reset Era is the best. All the moderators are great. Just saying, this is where this came from.
Cover your bases.
Just cover my bases. I don't want it to happen again. So, anyway, big old thread on Reset Era, just a rumor dump on Devil May Cry 5. And I mean, we talked about Devil May Cry 5 just 2 weeks ago. Very recently in a huge rumor dump. You remember those juicy rumors, Jones? Devil May Cry 5 was mentioned in there. These kind of line up with those, but it's just we have so much here. So let me just read you some stuff, and we'll react to this.
Okay.
Jones taps his lips. I like that, Jones. Very thoughtful. Here we go. Here's the headline. Hideaki Itsuno's secret project for Capcom is the sequel to the original Devil May Cry series, the 5th installment. Internally, it appears to be called Devil May Cry 5. And so, this, again, as all rumors suggest, DMC dead, Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry continues on from 4 as if DMC never existed.
Yep.
Sure.
Which I think everybody seems to agree with. Not everybody. Huber's bummed.
I mean, yeah, but I'm sure he's pumped for
Wait.
Devil May Cry 5 to come back.
Yeah.
Huber bummed or
I don't know if he's bummed.
I know he thinks that game is better than most people do.
Yeah.
But I don't think that means he cares whether they continue that timeline.
It does. It means Ninja Theory is not getting it back.
Well, Ninja Theory's doing their own thing.
Yeah, and I think Ninja Theory.
Yeah,
Ninja Theory
he likes Hellblade, so yeah, I'm sure he's
exactly.
fine.
Yeah, you know what? It's for the best for everyone. Here's a juicy detail, though. Originally, Devil May Cry 5 was intended to be announced at PSX, but after receiving feedback on their E3 press conference, Sony decided to scale back on PSX and instead scale up for E3 2018.
I did hear this part of the rumor. Did that break earlier, or did I just miss the rest of this?
That was the part of this whole thing. This
Okay.
is the language in the thread itself. Devil May Cry 5 was an unfortunate casualty of this choice, and thus it's unlikely that Devil May Cry 5 gets officially revealed in 2017. And so this actually negates what we heard from those previous rumors, which suggested we would see this and Soul Calibur 6 at PSX or the Game Awards. So panel, the thing that's juicy about that to me is I know we're not talking about the game in specifics, so I should have saved this part for last, but I want to talk broadly about how much it turns out E3 matters to publishers. It matters so much to me. We watched earlier today the preview for the Avengers trailer, where it's just showing it's so dumb, officially from Marvel, showing a bunch of people reacting. And I mean, wait, our reaction stuff has been used all the time. We know that. We play that game.
Yeah.
It gets viewed the most. People love our reactions, but this trailer of just get ready to react. Our trailer will premiere on this time and specifically make more videos. And then it shows people going,
What if they're just not even watching it? Just be excited.
Oh, yeah, I
the
know,
director.
I know. Well, no, the people were reacting to previous Marvel trailers.
Previous. I think for this new movie.
Oh, I know, yeah. But anyway, so to me, it's just stressing all these things align of just how badly they want that. How badly publishers want people to look into cameras and scream at their games. And to me, Sony saying we want E3 2018 to be bigger because 2017 wasn't big enough. It's kind of an indicator of that. They just want to put on a show, it feels like.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing for the video game industry?
For the industry?
Yeah, for the industry. If it's just about hey, we want a big old splash. We're going to delay the announcement of this game so that more people can shout in the cameras.
So. I feel like the audience has gotten more and more cynical, and because of the good years, it's this thing where you just ratcheted up the expectations. And so if you're going to spread that out across 5 different shows throughout the year, you're going to end up with people just saying, that
wasn't
was an
that
F.
good.
That was
Yeah.
an F. That was
Yeah.
And so they've already like lowered expectations on PSX to the point where if they show anything we haven't seen before, people are going to be happier.
Yeah.
And when I was in Sony's booth at E3 this past year, and I was just waiting my turn to get into some demos, like their PR people were going around asking, all the journalists, like, what did we need to do better? Like, people,
and
we
just
thought we
about
had a
the
great
press
lineup for
conference?
what we could this year, and
Yeah.
and people didn't react that well to it. What should we have done better? So.
And they were referring just to the press conference. And
To the press conference that was the night before.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Jones, I get the impression that Sony wasn't happy with the response to the E3 this year. And I guess TGS was cool with Ghost of Tsushima. No,
Tsushima.
that was...
Paris Games Week.
Paris.
Yeah. Do you think it's a smart move to try to inflate E3 by preventing announcements from being made when they're... I mean, we'll get there. This game is ready to be announced. The trailer is done. We have a minutes and seconds of the trailer. Do you think that's smart? Do you think that's a good move?
I wonder if people are going to get more built up about it and more antsy about finally this getting announced, or if this means people just kind of like drop off people's radar for a while if we know like it's going to be a long time before that they're going to announce that. Sounds like you're primed for a leak there. Like, it sounds like if you have a piece of media that you're just waiting on for months and months, that sounds like the danger is high.
That's a hard balance,
Somebody's
right?
going to get their hands on it.
Gotta lock that up.
Get some kind of off-cam footage or something. But it's weird because I think we'd have to know directly how May or June, I guess June used to be in May, but like how June now affects their fiscal year calendar. Like, why is June so important? Like, is that the time, to really cash in? Are they looking more at PSX, something just to make their core fan base happy? Let's get like the demos out of PSX. We don't just need to have the announcements. Maybe we have updates, new fighters for fighting games, new DLC for stuff. Maybe just something else to add to Horizon before we wrap that up and move on to the sequel. But then when E3 comes, that's when the new announcements happen, and Paris Games Week. Like, that's when you find out about stuff you didn't know. That's the Monster Hunter time.
I missed an important detail here that is relevant to this discussion. This game will be, as rumors say, a PlayStation console exclusive. It will also be on PC, but other consoles not. Funded by Sony, much like they did with Street Fighter V.
Okay, that's
like
why.
they're giving Capcom some of that money. Unreal Engine 4 I see here too. But anyway, so that's the idea there, is that Sony cares about this announcement. Sony wants this as a feather in
they
their
know
hat.
their
Sony wants
fan
this
base
gum
does.
drop. Yeah. And so it is interesting, Sony, I think, is driving that decision of the announcement of, hey, we want, as Jones is kind of like plotting out, like, hey, we want this right here for our platform. Brad, single player games are dead, though. They're dead.
It's all I play,
They're
dude.
dead. Nobody cares about them anymore.
That's not all you play.
And so,
kidding.
And so, how's Sony gonna come up with Devil May Cry 5 and act like that's a big deal?
Because they're gonna have co-op in it like Dark Souls. I'm just kidding. No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm kidding. They're not gonna have that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there's some online integration somehow, though. I don't think you're gonna team up with Nero if you're Dante or something like that.
The leaderboard challenge.
Yeah.
So what's been promised so far is rumored 3 playable characters. The last week's rumor was that it would be Dante, Nero, and Virgil.
Of course. Yeah.
This one's not so sure. It's like definitely Dante, maybe Nero, maybe Virgil.
Oh, the
maybe
other ones will be
somebody new.
DLC then.
Yeah,
That's
who
why.
knows? Here's an interesting line from it, Brad. The overall game is supposed to be ambitious for a DMC title with a broader appeal. And I just wonder what
Don't they
that
say
means.
that about like every new game coming
that's
out?
not a-
ambitious.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh.
Like I'm sure it's gonna be great, but like it's I feel so lazy to say that. But how do you describe the
It's
game when
probably
you
from a
can't say
marketing
anything
guy.
about it? Yeah, I mean that's total marketing.
Well, some of this, I mean, it's not marketing yet, but yeah, you're right. This stuff may have leaked from marketers, which we've seen.
The most ambitious
in the
Devil
past.
May Cry yet.
What kind of sucks is if you read the other stuff that it looks like they're focusing a lot on the longest cutscenes of any Devil May Cry game, which I don't think is the right thing to lean into.
How much gun spinning will there be?
Yeah, exactly.
The twin snakes.
Yeah. Well, I'll find out who his dad is. It's just like stuff like, like...
Maybe it's just super long, too.
And maybe it's super long.
Super long.
Which I think is, like, if we're getting back to a practical discussion of how to market a single-player game, a single-player action game, which is hard to sell these days, I kind of think, like, length is an issue. I think it has to be 10 hours long or longer. Which I know is such a weird thing to talk about for an unannounced game. But I'm worried about it. You know what? I'm worried about it selling. I'm worried about it marketing. And
I mean, they're worried about people buying it, trading it in 3 days later.
Yeah. And there's not going to be microtransactions. There's not going to be loot boxes. What's up, Jones?
Well, I'm just saying the most important thing to me clearly is don't try to surprise this. We all know it's coming now. I mean, we especially if it is real, especially if any of this kind of lines into what's actually happening. You need to, even if that trailer's done, you have to write a trailer where he's like, oh, expecting me earlier, something where like it's playing with our expectations and playing with what we think is going to happen with this. If you have those extra characters, like tease the hell out of those characters, like really play that up. But if you kind of surprise DMC5, it's like, oh come on, like if you try to play that to a room full of rabid anticipated fans, I don't think that's gonna play well.
The initial trailer is 1 minute and 50 seconds. This can you
weird.
believe that? You're going out on a limb saying the trailer is 1 minute and 50 seconds long. But yeah, Jones, you're kind of right. Toss it out. I mean, they're so expensive. Trailers are so much money. It's really hard to say redo your trailer. I mean,
maybe just add something in the beginning. It's gotta be the T-Rex moment with Mario's hat. It's gotta be what like that kind of surprise, and not just like when it starts off. It's like, God, we know this is DMC5. We're just waiting for it to pick up. Yeah. Kind of like maybe not as hardcore or reverent as Deadpool, but like same kind of vibe. Like have him step away from the project a little bit. Have him kind of have Dante be the spokesperson for this. But if it's super serious, if it's super plot heavy and like
survival horror, gothic style, kind of like the vibe the first one has.
The first one.
People might think it's Resident Evil, and boom, it's Dante instead.
If it's like
DMC
creepy,
or Devil May Cry one's my
that
favorite just because of the setting.
I think, Brad, I'm with you right there.
I mean, the other ones obviously probably have better gameplay and all that stuff. It's been a while since I've played them, but man, I love that setting, the vibe in it there.
Yeah.
I hope it goes back to that.
Here's the thing. Right now, we're pretty stoked for a Devil May Cry 5 announcement.
Yes.
I was being facetious earlier. This is going to be incredible. I think basically Capcom, the only way they are doing a big budget single player game.
They need outside funding.
They needed that Sony money, and they sad reality. Here's what happened though. A year ago, we had rumors of Marvel vs. Capcom, a new Marvel vs. Capcom game getting made, and that was jaw dropping. We were so excited for that.
I was like, whoa!
Yeah, can you believe that? No way! Like, the franchise is dead. There's no way that Capcom's getting the Marvel license back. It's not possible. And then a year later, I think it's safe to say many are disappointed with the game. I think the game's pretty sweet, but obviously, like, it's not widely beloved.
The game felt like it had an uphill battle when they first announced it.
Yes.
Like, I remember Chun-Li's face was a big point of discussion. They're just like, ugh,
Sense
why?
fixed.
Yeah.
I really like that our community picked that trailer from E3 for us to score at the end of our trailer score.
And it was a bad trailer. It was a legit bad trailer. Can that happen with this? Can we be in that same position a year from now with Devil May Cry 5?
The team that made 4, right? The
This is
Dragon's
the team
Dogma
that made 4
team?
and
Oh,
Dragon's Dogma,
I ain't worried then. Dragon's Dogma 2, dude?
Yeah.
Just proving themselves. DMC4 is great. Dragon's Dogma's great.
Sure.
Let it ride, baby.
There's no way this is going to be
sleep
bad.
soundly at night. Sleeping cozy.
I remember by that 4th or 5th DMC4 trailer kind of being like, all right, you're in love with the opera singer. I got it. You know, let's, okay.
Yeah.
Something else happening here. Yeah, they just kind of like retreaded that. So it was a little too serious. Again, I think, there's a lot of expectations around this. There's a lot of, preconceived notions of what it's going to be or not. Play with that.
Dude, they're doubling down on the cheese.
Yeah, stylish.
They're
action.
doubling down on
do
the
it.
cheese, yeah.
Do you want the gothic horror or do you want the cheese?
I want the gothic horror. But you can throw in a little cheese. It's fine.
Okay.
I want just insanity. I don't want drama. I don't
Like,
want tears.
he's gotta
Nobody
eat-
better be crying. No one.
Okay.
I see one person crying in that
He's gotta eat some
trailer.
pizza.
He's got to eat pizza.
Yeah, spin his guns,
Yeah.
Be cocky. I'll be there.
It's exciting. It is.
It's been a long time.
It's
since
been a
that
very long
Devil
time.
May Cry came out.
And it's been a long time since DMC, man.
Yeah, it has.
It really, really has. I mean, I got more details about how they're targeting 60 FPS, just like every other Devil May Cry.
Of course they are.
Yeah. It's like I thought they
They're
learned that with
considering it
DMC.
running smoothly. We have to wait and hear on that one.
Level design and exploration is more similar to Bayonetta with action set pieces thrown in there, but without the QTEs.
Great.
No stamina bar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just dodge systems reworked. Just so many details. It is absolutely worth Googling.
Isn't there something about like saying smooth in there a lot?
What?
I think I read
characters say
this.
Smooth? Oh yeah, here we
Go
go.
over to it. Where is it?
Dodge system is reworked, and dodging in general is supposed to be a lot smoother than before. Get ready to hear the word smooth a lot when related to DMC5.
It's so
Like when
funny.
you hit witch time, it'll be about like smooth.
Oh, I don't think that means literally. I think when they say get ready to hear the word smooth.
Yeah, when
a
people
lot.
play it.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels smooth.
just so smooth
and tight.
Just like butter. Mm.
Got that? We can't have that in our review, Blood. We cannot say smooth. That's our bet for that week.
We could say
How many
fluid
times
instead.
will you see the word smooth?
Just like slimy fluid. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy to get a leak this big. It's crazy the game's so far along. Apparently been in development
so
for
exciting.
2 years. Yeah, we had a release window actually. Let me
But
get that
I
too.
like
What's
that. I wonder if that's a trend
With
of
Capcom,
of
definitely.
people seeing how fast Mario went from announcement to launch, how
Yeah.
fast Resident Evil 7 went from announcement to launch, and a lot of these success stories from 2017. I wonder if they're like, why rush this?
Yeah, didn't they do that
Let's do it at the right moment. It'll come out the holiday or right at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
I think that'll be.
Did they do that with
smart,
Infinite
smart.
too? It was like it was out within a year.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
announced
And,
at PSX last year. Yeah.
Resident Evil
Yeah.
was very quick.
Here's the thing, though. The original plan was to have it ready for release November 2018. However,
Polish it up.
the date might have been pushed back to early 2019.
Let it cook, baby.
Ugh. All right. Let it cook.
Make it great.
Let it
Yeah.
cook, but it's been cooking for a while.
Sometimes great things take a while to make.
You don't want to make a dry cookie, Brad. Turkey. Don't want to make a dry turkey.
Just gotta.
But even if it's
Well, they
beginning of
sound to
2019,
soak it up.
if they wait till E3 to announce it,
Yeah.
it's still less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a
still
lot
less than a
better
year.
than so many games
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go on
Like,
and on.
Wouldn't that be the best ending of the trailer? Just like right at the end, like the oven, like ding. Somebody's like Dante, and he's like, "Let it cook." You know, like that'd be great. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
He'd be
do
like,
stuff like that.
No
you
rush,
know?
baby.
Like,
Let it cook.
right.
It's gonna be a pizza in the oven.
Like, have
That's
Dante
right.
be
If
like,
you
"It's
had
gonna be a
baby-
pizza." I know exactly how you feel.
If you had
I'm in
baby,
the same boat you are. You don't think I want to come out and,
Yeah.
and hang, get a good launch day and be back in the spotlight and for us to hang out and play together and have a good time.
okay. If it's a pizza and he says baby, I'm in.
Yeah.
All on.
Yeah.
He's gonna say baby, and there will be pizza.
He's going to say
I
baby.
guarantee it.
We're now introducing a new segment called Infinite Content.
Infinite content. We're infinitely content.
Now, this is about microtransactions. It's about all the parts of video games these days that just bum me out. And so I want
okay.
to blast through these stories.
Sure.
I don't want to linger on any of these too long, but as we saw last week, if it's an interesting conversation, we'll hang out. What's up, Led?
I've been playing Need for Speed.
Ooh, what are you doing?
He's saying
Progression
it's
system
bumming
is
out.
robust. It
He
would
said
take a
it's
long time to
bumming
go
him
through
out,
it all.
Are there microtransactions?
Oh yeah.
By the way, we call them MTX now.
Okay.
I learned that from EA. There's like MTX. It's like, oh.
No.
I don't know if that's what you say out loud, but that's certainly what you write. You write MTX, all caps.
They got tired of writing it.
Yeah, they themselves got
emails,
tired
like,
of writing emails. And like, you all like this, right? So let's talk about Destiny 2. So Destiny 2 had a very interesting week because there's a subreddit for Destiny 2 where someone figured out that you do not get as much experience points as the game tells you you are getting. As you repeatedly play through events, you get less and less experience points by design. And this was a secret. Jones is wide-eyed at me right
This
now.
is fascinating.
Yeah. And so what happened was, I should read some of Bungie's language. This text is mostly from Polygon's write-up. Bungie, so yeah. In a post yesterday evening, Bungie announced that it is deactivating a progression system that reduced XP gains for certain events that can be quickly, repeatedly chained, like grinding public events. We are not happy with the results, and we've heard the same from the community. Bungie wrote, directly referencing this Reddit thread where somebody found it and exposed it
So
and said, "Go
that
ahead."
sounds like to me they're just canceling because they got caught.
Yes.
They got caught. Bungie knows it's in the game.
and so they removed that. And so
Yeah.
now if you are grinding an event, you will get the experience
Oh,
points.
they're trying to get away with as much as they can. They get caught. They're like, oh, we'll get rid of it.
Yeah, and so that's really what the problem was. I think everybody
But
gets
so
it.
it was supposed to be like an anti-cheating measure, but it just was not done well.
It's not cheating to grind. They want you to. In MMOs, you grind. That's how you play
Grind
the
all
game.
day.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes things are seen as exploits. Like they had that thing with
Patch
the
it.
cows in The Witcher that they patched, where like if you kept attacking the cows, then this fiend would come up that was completely unbeatable.
Yeah, you patch it. You don't put in some back. That's a backdoor shady
Yeah, for
deal.
it to not
Yeah,
read
that
the
was a
same
backdoor
numbers
shady
is
deal.
pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and what also is like you get a bonus, and so like it's just like if you're doing this event right now, you're getting XP bonus. It's like advertising that, and so you feel coming in, oh, I get that bonus. Like no,
They're just lying to you.
they were lying to you.
100% lying.
So yeah, and I guess honestly, it's there's a lot of discontent amongst the Destiny 2 fan base. And so just earlier today, we recorded this podcast on Tuesdays, Destiny canceled its stream, which would take place tomorrow, detailing the expansion pack.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, they're going to show off all the weapons and stuff that you can get in the expansion pack. And they're actually like, all right, we're not going to do this stream. Tomorrow on Wednesday, we're going to talk about all the changes that we're making, okay? Is everybody okay? We're just working on this. We're putting all our focus on this. And so it's not just this. It's not just this weird progression system to stop the grinding, but also, I guess, many things. And I don't know, panel. I think none of us are playing a lot of Destiny.
No.
Brad, what
Done.
was it? Yeah.
Done. Never play again. Good.
Tell me, all right, Brad. I think that's a perspective, dude. Why are you never playing that again?
Too many games to play, man. I'm just like, I played it. I did some of the raid. I'm good. That's what I knew going into the game, though. I did not expect to go further than that. Had my fill. I'm good.
When this expansion comes out, are you gonna play more?
No,
Why not?
because I don't care.
Why don't you care?
I don't know, because I don't feel like playing it. Like when they're talking to me about some space cabal, I don't care.
What is a space cabal?
I don't know.
What is it? Yeah, I mean, what's up, Jones?
That was a very good Seinfeld, sorry.
Are we getting good at this?
That's
I think you're getting better
for
at
once,
it.
you did.
What's a space cabal? Like, come on.
Yeah.
The joke was always that we're bad at it. I thought that's what the bit.
You keep trying.
Okay.
And every now and then you're gonna hit gold.
Hit that.
That'd be nice. Like,
Yeah.
I wish our poo impressions would get better.
Never. Oh, Christopher Robin. Yeah. I don't want to belabor it too much. I don't want to talk trash about a game that we're not into, invested in.
Sucks, but
It sucks. It's an interesting thing that happened that subreddits expose. Reddit exposes.
at least they were quick to act.
Yes.
I
They were quick
guess
to act.
that's the silver lining.
Yeah. The messaging could have been a little more like, "Hey, we got caught." That
And
was
they're
dumb,
doing a
but,
stream
yeah.
tomorrow to address all that and the changes.
Stream's gone. They're not doing a stream.
No, I thought they were doing that to talk about everything. Another thing.
it's not gonna be a stream. They're just a post.
Okay,
They're just gonna post
something
the information that
Still
changed.
really shady what they're doing.
Yeah. Which is bad, right? It's
bad.
Yeah, it's sad to
That's
see.
not a
Bungie in
nice
that
thing to
position.
do.
Yeah. What's up, Blood?
But we're also not endorsers of Reddit.
Right. If anybody who owns Reddit, if any Reddit moderators turn out to be bad people, we agree. Okay.
Can I play devil's advocate for just 5 seconds?
Yes.
Please, what's up, Jones?
Just hear me out.
Yeah.
Why is this bad?
It's bad because, great question, because even the Polygon article ended with just like, and people recognize, hey, that's not bad to reduce XP for grinding.
It's weird. It's creepy.
It's just never
but if
admit it.
everybody's being affected the same way,
Well,
if it was just favoring
so
one
Jones-
part of the community versus another, then
Yeah.
of course.
But it's deceptive.
and I'm not
you-
saying I think it's good. I just want the details. I want to see if there's anything I'm missing here.
Here's the details. The UI was showing bonuses that you were not getting.
Yeah, the
There we
game
go.
is
Okay.
It was saying like plus
incorrect
9,
information.
plus 9K when
like
you're not
if
getting
they were
that.
That's
upfront,
weird.
Jones, and they said like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you're gonna get less XP."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well they said it.
Yeah.
But they weren't saying it.
And the concern from the community, getting a little deeper into that, is that they reduce the XP you gain to encourage you to want to buy the microtransactions more. Engrams, bright engrams, right, Brad?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So after level 20, every new level you gain, you don't gain a level, you just get a new bright engram.
Yeah.
But you can also just flat out buy them. So why would I buy them if I'm grinding this event and getting a bunch of them nonstop? And so it sort of raises the value of bright engrams. when
totally
they-
makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really where it gets shady. What's up?
So funny. They're like, "Oh, don't worry, you can earn them in the game by grinding if you want."
And then they make
They're
grinding
like,
harder.
"Just kidding. We're reducing the XP.
Yeah.
Pay up."
Yeah. Infinite content. So, we've talked way too much about Battlefront 2, but I thought this was a really interesting
Every time I'm
headline.
on this podcast.
Every time, baby. But here's the interesting thing, Brad, and I always wanted to bring this up because I was just like, The microtransactions in the game, the loot boxes in the game, pop open random bonuses. Like, ooh, I do more damage now.
Yeah.
And I wondered, like, why don't you just make it cosmetics? And
I don't know. Oh,
we know now.
I do know. Yeah,
Yes, we
I
do
wish
know
it was
now.
cosmetics.
So EA's CFO, that is Chief Financial Officer Blake Jorgensen, said at the Credit Suisse Annual Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference. This was like an audio clip. The one thing we're very focused on, and they are extremely focused on, is not violating the canon of Star Wars. It's an amazing brand that's been built over many, many years. And so, if you did a bunch of cosmetic things, you might start to violate the canon, right? Darth Vader in white probably wouldn't make sense versus in black. Not to mention, you probably don't want Darth Vader in pink. No offense to pink, but I don't think. Sorry, that's so rude.
Who said this?
This is a CFO, and I'm doing it.
Who said
Very
this?
sad.
Who said this?
I gotta make this a character.
Who said this?
That's just the EA's chief financial officer.
Dude.
What?
Star Wars does not even care about that themselves. They change their movies. They digitally alter Han Solo's head to do this.
Oh, hold on, that's old Star Wars.
It's still Star Wars, damn it!
Not anymore. But they do change the scar. They're like, hey, let's just put the scar on
I
the
don't
other
want
side.
to hear it. I don't believe them. I'm not buying it, EA. I'm not hearing it.
Oh, I do buy this. I absolutely believe that Lucasfilm was like, you can't have a pink
shut
Darth
up,
Vader.
Lucasfilm. You change stuff all the time,
I mean, you
dude.
don't have to have a pink Darth Vader.
Yes, you do. How cool would that be?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's like this is just taking extreme examples.
Right?
You can have all kinds of different skins for Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
That don't mean pink Darth Vader.
No, I need
Oh,
examples.
yeah.
Jones, give me some canon skins for Darth Vader.
Darth Vader wielding different lightsabers. Darth Vader having the Emperor's lightsaber. Darth Vader having 2 lightsabers. Darth Vader having Dooku's lightsaber, which he holds in a
dude, they
different
could
way.
just do skins
Darth
where you're
Vader with his
Anakin.
damaged helmet that you can take
So,
off. Darth Vader after he got hit by lightning and you can see the skull through his helmet. Anakin
Ooh, nice.
in the Darth Vader
Yes.
outfit. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can give Luke the Hoth outfit or something.
The TIE Interceptor or whatever mask was a little different, right?
When he was I think he was.
No,
I mean,
he's-
that
he-
helmet
no,
is
he-
different,
he's
but when
got
he
a
was
helmet.
actually in his Interceptor, it was the same thing. But what did I get that wrong? Somebody corrected me on that it's not the
you're right.
Interceptor, it's the TIE, something else.
Oh, the
Advanced.
the pointy one.
Yeah.
What is Darth Vader's?
Yeah, it's
What is
horrible.
it
I'm sorry.
called?
We'll get it next
I don't
week.
remember.
But they're completely bonkers because this is what they said. Sorry, this is what they said about the first Battlefront, where people were like, "Why can't I be Rey? Why can't I be Darth Maul?" And they're like, "Well, we don't, that'll
We don't wanna
Darth
mess with the
Maul
canon."
fighting Luke Skywalker. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense."
They said we don't wanna
And
mess
in
with the
Battlefront 2,
canon,
they're like, "We Rey and
you're
Yoda and
Rey
everybody."
Naboo Palace.
But
no.
Pink Vader, I don't know. It's like, come on,
Dude,
I believe
Here
them.
comes Battlefront 3. Everybody, Pink Vader. We
just
listen.
make
Like,
It's the reveal. It's that reveal trailer for 3. You know it's true.
you could be
Rainbow
young
Vader.
Anakin.
You know, like,
Yes. Oh, you know that's
They
true.
could have just used costumes they were in the actual movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So easy.
That's what I mean.
Give Luke the Hoth outfit. Give him the Dagobah outfit.
And just the action figures alone have a ton of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, but here's where I was sympathetic and where I found it interesting is that it is limited. Like he even says in our own IP that we're making ourselves, we can go nuts. And in this, we can't go nuts with cosmetics because it all has to be on based off something LucasArts has already.
We just
invented.
did it. We just based stuff off Star Wars for them.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
He has also said like we're looking into being able to customize lightsaber colors.
Oh my god, dude.
So there's that. They're looking into it, Jones. Don't want to dwell on it. Infinite content. Here's another one. Here's another sad story. Demon's Souls is going offline. Here's the tweet from @DarkSoulsGame, which is the official account of the Dark Souls franchise.
But that's interesting.
It is very interesting, actually.
Sony's like, you just handle it.
Yeah, because it's not part of the Dark Souls
Yeah.
franchise. Yeah. After 9 years of reoccurring deaths and frustrations, but just as many triumphs of dedication, Demon's Souls online servers will terminate on February 28th, 2018. Very soon. Play online one last time and share with us your best Demon's Souls moment. Not sure where I shared that part. Yeah, that is so February 28th going offline.
yeah.
I salute you, Demon's Souls.
Demon's
Thank you.
Souls
That seems like a good
Remaster
bit of
coming.
time. Couple months?
Yeah, they give you a nice window.
Yeah.
PS4 release
They were supposed to shut it down years ago originally.
in March.
Ooh, Blood. I didn't even think about.
Wait,
that
what did you say?
Angle, dude.
PS4 release in March.
Oh,
That's the only
possible.
way to make that better. Because basically,
Or maybe the E3, save for E3 again.
Souls Collection.
yeah, the depressing thing
Yeah.
is just the idea of really cool. Yup. Whoa, that was that confidence.
Brad response.
Yeah.
Just all 4 of them. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah, put it in there.
I'll have part 5 of the Souls Retro done by then.
You sure, John?
Are you sure?
By February 27th? Yeah, sure.
Okay. You said no. So yeah, I guess it's just that depressing thing of really key parts of this game will just not work anymore.
Dude, I wish this happened when I did the retro. I went online looking for people forever,
Oh, and
I
I'm
couldn't
sure-
find anybody.
And like right now, there's
I had
probably a rush
to
of
I had
people,
to
right?
get
Yeah.
Ben to like invade and do stuff with because I couldn't find anyone.
He was that boss.
No, not that one. I couldn't find anyone for that. I waited for an hour and a half for that boss fight, and I
Yeah.
couldn't find anyone.
So that boss fight just doesn't happen.
No, it's just like it's
an
a
AI.
it's a stock
okay.
AI
AI,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I want a real player.
Yeah. So like, where the angle I was gonna take on that is like, oh, isn't it sad? Like that'll never happen again. But I'm kind of with Blood. I think this game doesn't die. I think that you're probably right.
If the
Blood.
server's been up for 9 years, nah.
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
on.
They're just gonna move on to higher textures.
If that means I get a remaster or something like that,
Yeah.
yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
But
know
yeah.
what? Yay.
Yay.
Sounds like it's podcast halftime.
The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of November. Hogue Law Business Law Firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. Rick Hogue started Hogue Law to bring more than a decade of experience to companies like yours and is proud to support the Allies. Check him out at hoeglaw.com. Mango. Jigar Bob Productions. Jigar Bob often thinks of some pretty deep stuff. Recently, it's been about fart jokes, and if they were ever really funny. It seems that in 2017, there's a certain genre of movies that really lean on that type of humor, and they're just not that good. Is it because fart jokes were overused, or were they really just stinkers all along? iKeyless. Since 2002, iKeyless has specialized in replacement automotive keys and remotes. They can save you up to 75% off of dealerships' prices. Visit their updated website at iKeyless.com and use promo code EASYA at checkout for free shipping and an additional 17% off of your order. Scorn, an atmospheric horror adventure, currently in development at Ebb Software, set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information. Joe Dentco, your friendly automotive dent repair expert. If you are currently an EZA patron and are in the Denver metropolitan area, tweet at FastMower if you would like to have your minor door dings repaired free of charge. El Fanis. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
Very appropriate.
Nice.
What movie do you think Jigar Bob is watching?
What the fuck? Several.
I'm not.
Doesn't sound just one.
When's the last time you seen a fart joke
Like
in
a
movie?
kids movie.
You watched a bunch of kids movies, Jigar Bob?
Yeah,
Romeo and Juliet.
Definitely has fart jokes.
Yes. The Emoji Movie most certainly
Yes.
has some farts
Oh, for
in there.
sure, yeah. I think it's the reason I'm not gonna go back to South Park. I realized. You know, sometimes you just need a little reason. In that game, like your characters, like your powers are farts.
Yeah. Was it
you-
in the first game? Something like that?
Probably, man.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, but like here, it's like that's what makes you special is your ability to fart. And I'm like, you know what? Nah. Just give me a reason not to play your game and I'll take it. You gave me a big reason. You gave me a big one. It is now time for Love and Respect.
Love and respect.
So, let me just give everybody a tip for submitting into Love and Respect. Love and Respect is submitted to us from our $5 and up tiers. Basically, we get too many good suggestions to possibly put in a podcast on a given week. If you want a little edge, if you want a foot in the door, begin yours with G'day Allies.
Yeah. I would have. Yep.
So,
Yep. I would have picked it too.
It gives you a little bonus.
That'll work for 2 weeks.
It won't work for 1 week. I'm not listening to one G'day Allies next week. Anyway, G'day Allies, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, recently hit the sales target required for it to become profitable.
Nice.
Ninja Theory are pretty happy about it in their latest dev diary, and rightly so. It's an amazing game. In the same video, however, they make a clear pitch that the game demonstrates an alternate route in games development and a way of counteracting the destructive AAA environment that has claimed so many companies over the past few years. Even this year, we've seen it too much. Allies, I'm not so convinced that we'll get another success story like this anytime soon. Ninja Theory are a unique company with an established following who were able to deliver that title thanks to workers who are very experienced in big budget development. Not only could they make a game with such stunning production values on the cheap, but they were also able to land work for hire projects ahead of time that got them the savings to try something new and daring. In this case, additional dev work on Disney Infinity. Am I wrong here? And is it truly possible that we'll see more cheaper games with a high-end touch like Hellblade, or will we all have to scale down our expectations, especially as the big budget space that gives people the required experience continues to shrink? Thanks, Dominic. So, I really like this aspect because it is really fair for Hellblade to say, hey, if we can do it, anybody can do it. And it's like, no, Ninja Theory, you're good. You're very good. You know, it's like kind of easy for them to say in a way. Like, obviously, it's a huge success for them, and they worked very, very hard on it. But I wonder if we will see more of this.
Cheaper games being successes?
Yeah.
I mean, don't we get that with indies already?
Kind of, but we're talking about triple A Hellblade caliber, baby. Like if Remedy says, you know what, our next game isn't going to be big in its length. It's not going to be a huge $60 package. We're not doing that with our next game.
I was going to say, that reminds me of like Portal, but that was in the orange box originally.
Sure.
Because, I mean, it's quite a scale back from Half-Life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, it feels more akin to, say, Rocket League. I think those models are fairly similar. Also, with Mercury Steam and their games coming along with Metroid, like I think that's part of what they mean with like producing this model is like, hey, do the contract work that's gonna pay the bills.
Oh yeah.
Like keep your studio open, but like have a team, have a group that's working on something that can be all your own that you can put out there with no strings attached. And I think that those 3 games are good examples of it. I don't think I haven't paid enough attention to like how well Raiders of the Broken Planet has been doing, but I know that they've been putting out new episodes. They've been adjusting based on the community feedback, and they've been changing the pricing models. They've been doing a lot of changes to like try to keep up with okay, what do people actually want out of this? And you know, I don't know like whether they're hitting their goals or not, but with Hellblade, it's like yeah, they hit them in half the time that they wanted to.
Yeah.
And so I think that, yeah, what they're saying is right. It's like, yeah, you need a team of people that are experienced and know how to do these things. It's like there's not that many teams out there necessarily that could make something with the amount of like facial capture and stuff that the Hellblade team does. But let's say some people splintered off from Eidos Montreal and like wanted to make a smaller scale Deus Ex or something like that. Like they could probably do that.
Oh, I mean Hitman. We're gonna see a new Hitman.
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
IO is going to do that stuff.
Doesn't Platinum do stuff like this? They take a bunch of like IPs from Activision and make them like the Ninja Turtles game, the Avatar game, so they can make their own game.
But the problem is with Platinum,
They still have publishers.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
they haven't
gotcha.
they haven't made their own. They haven't.
You're right.
They
You're
haven't
right.
published their own thing. We're like, we own this IP, and I think that's so. That's. I think this is what the question is. Blood is like. Has the dream changed? And so I think in the past, the dream is, yeah, we'll take on this contract work so we can make our big franchise. We can make our own Halo. We can make Halo money publishing our own Halo. And I don't think it's that anymore. It's, hey, we can do a Hellblade, and then we can move on. And we're not going to make a Hellblade 2. We're going to make a whole other separate game. And I think that it's just... Jones, I want to hear you on this. I want to hear where you think this could possibly go, if this will be a trend, or if this one studio is just too talented, just too lucky for this possibly to be recreated.
They definitely are a unique studio. I remember being very fascinated with their first couple of trailers, like really selling themselves. Because again, like not a fan of the trailers. They're like, so here's our office. But I think they had a very interesting thing to say. And when they first announced the game, and it made sense that it definitely was kind of like a grassroots campaign where they're like, we don't have a lot to show because it isn't a huge game, and it is something that we don't necessarily want to spoil. I think. You can't do this with a popular IP. You can't do this with Turtles and Transformers and stuff like that. You can't do this with any kind of preconceived conceptions going into your game. This has to be a completely new property, something that I don't know what it's going to be like, don't know what the story's going to be like, don't necessarily know what the gameplay is going to be like. But I do like that idea to bring just another thing into it. Considering, like you were saying, not playing Destiny, you're just like, I just got too many damn things to play.
Yeah.
I think it's smart to have like a really solid 6-hour experience.
Yes.
That maybe you can then build on later on.
Yep.
But then you got that weekend play. Then you got people going in, leaving work on Friday, approaching Saturday, Sunday, being like, what do I play? Oh yeah, there's that game they recommended. I'm not doing anything Saturday night. Let me just barrel through this game.
Yes.
And then I'm back on Monday. And you know what I played this weekend? Hellblade. That was awesome.
Yes,
And
Jones.
not like, I started Wolfenstein and maybe I'll finish it. Or like, aren't all of us not done with Persona 5? I mean, like, isn't that like...
I want to tack on this.
done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I want to tack onto this because you know how scared I am about Biomutant? I'm so scared for Biomutant. Biomutant could probably be a 6-hour game. And a limited budget. You know what I mean? If that's a 6-hour, $40
Super
game.
nutty, just constant surprises
Yes.
all over the place.
Yeah, I kind of think
Replayable, that maybe, I want to go back through because it opened up that whole other character, or that weird little gameplay thing that I didn't have.
Yeah,
New Game Plus, and now
that's
I
it,
got all the
dude.
abilities, and I'll do another 6 hours just to be God and just run around and.
I kind of think that's it. I kind of think at this range that the length of Hellblade is an advantage to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because in a weird way, it can be scary the other way around. Like people like Ninja Theory can spook, people working on Assassin's Creed Origins and these big games. There's so many expectations there,
And they're like,
kind of
"Your
looking at these
faces are
smaller
bad."
studios, being like, "Damn, I wish we were in that position."
Yeah.
Where the place we got to get to is so much smaller. The expectations are
because I
limited.
do think that in comparison to some of their past games, that Hellblade probably does benefit from being smaller scale, like them needing to trim back and like focus on like what's really important here.
Makes it a better game.
Because I feel like Heavenly Blade and Devil May Cry, to a lesser extent, Enslaved. I think Enslaved was okay. There's still some weirdness there, but I feel like the plots in all of those, like they got into like these really weird sense of humor that like just went over my head. I was like, all right, I just want this cutscene to be over now. It's just, this is just bizarre. And Hellblade focused on keeping it serious and like really exploring this character and like what it feels like to be this character and to embody this character. And I think that focus like really like kept them from going off into these like stuff that just doesn't hit with everybody.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a unique game, but I think we're all encouraged by it. I gotta believe, as Jones said, other developers look upon Hellblade with envy. Just like, oh, they spent how many years? Actually, I think they spent a lot of years on it, to be honest with you. But when they look at their budget and the return, when they hear, oh, they made their money back already, I bet that drives other developers crazy who did spend a ton of money on their games.
I mean, that
and
could
their
encourage
budget.
even more developers to do it now.
Oh, that's what I mean,
So
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I like
I think it's probably a positive thing. Like I think
Yeah.
we will see stuff like that more.
Cool.
Games are ever changing the model of how they're released and how they're bought and how they're sold. It's always changing.
Yeah.
Also, I think they're just not in a position like. I'm trying to search for the right word here, like to be mocked or underestimated. It's not like, well, Hellblade better prove itself. Like it doesn't necessarily need to. It can surprise you. Whereas like you have BioWare making Anthem, you have Bungie making Destiny, you have these big people, even like Boss Key making Lawbreakers. You have these people branching out, being like, we're gonna leave and do our own thing, and it's gonna be huge, baby. And like, that's a lot. That's a huge risk.
Yeah.
To make this massive thing that the only way it'll stay afloat is if it destroys everything else. And that's a dangerous thing to do, I think, in this climate.
Yeah. It's cool. As we talk about single player games dying, it's just like encouraging. It's cool to hear huge success for Hellblade and for Ninja Theory.
And that's single platform as well, right? Or did that
I
come
think
out
it's
on
on
PC?
PC
That's on
also.
PC as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still gotta play it.
Yeah, PC probably helped out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got another one. Oh, I love a rant.
Let's hear it.
I love a unique, specific rant.
You do.
You know, if you're just coming at me with a rant of just like, I hate microtransactions, I'm on to the next one. If you come at me with this rant, I'll pick it up. I'll hear you out. I'll at least read it. Here we go. Hello, allies. I loved Divinity Original Sin 2 for all the obvious reasons, but the games perpetuates an RPG design choice that drives me nuts. The Lucky Charm skill that makes your character find more loot. It makes no sense to me. The same chest will have more treasure if I open it with one of my lucky party members. Even worse, this cannot be the character that I invested pickpocket skills in. They are in the same category. So I must pick the lock with one character and open it with another to play optimally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And isn't luck like the opposite of skill to begin with? Why make it a skill in your game? I find identifying weapons and armor cumbersome and boring. Knowing what items do when I pick them up does not break my immersion. Do you feel the same way? Or can you redeem the luck mechanic in RPGs? Are there any other game mechanics that you feel are outdated? Love and respect, Babington.
I'll approach this just strictly from a role-playing, from actually like playing a role and having
Yeah.
a set of diversified characters in your role-playing game cast.
Yes.
I think of characters like Setzer, who luck is part of his character. You know, that he's just one of those people. He's just lucky. You know, he's just
Kate Sith,
he's a good gambler. You know, and so I think that can play off. Obviously, this is completely the opposite of that. It's just like this was annoying gameplay wise to have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I think I would like to explore ways to make it work because it makes sense to have those characters that is part of them.
This reminds me when I was playing Dark. This is my one story.
Yeah.
When I was playing Dark Souls 3, the newest DLC, there's an armor set I wanted, the Ring Knight set.
Yeah.
And I remember just killing these dudes over and over and over and not dropping. I'm like, you're wearing it! Just give me the set.
Yeah.
Why do I need to keep killing you to hope I could loot it? You're wearing it. Let me have it.
Brad, that is not a side story. That is extremely relevant.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I-
weapons and just I see that it does seem like a character should be able to just wear that thing that they see. I get that.
Sure.
What's up, Len?
Oh, I had chat getting mad at me because I kept getting all these rare drops when I played through.
This guy.
Oh, Dark Souls 3?
And I never put any points into luck.
You
or
did
used
not invest in
coins.
luck?
Yeah.
You didn't invest in luck.
But
Yeah, I was using the lucky coins and everything like that. Boosting my
Dang.
luck.
Dang.
But the one thing though, I would say redeem the luck stat is, I mean, yeah, what he described there of one person lock picking the other one open is ridiculous. But what I think would be maybe cool to work in, and I'm sure there's probably some examples that have done this, is rather than say a drop having more rare items or a chest having more rare items, it's just that the lucky person just sees stuff other people don't see. Like they just like stumble across something in a field that like another person wouldn't notice.
I mean, that's the D&D-esque
Yeah.
explanation,
Or
so I could see Divinity
You could do
Original Sin
something
playing by
like
the
if
same
you have
rules. I
higher
hear
luck,
you.
an enemy could miss a shot or something like that.
Right.
You got lucky with that.
Yeah.
All right, so what we'll tell Babington is that the character with the high luck stat isn't necessarily finding new treasure that wasn't existing before. That person is just finding maybe a hidden compartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just to support Babington and his
Yeah.
frustrations, I
Yeah.
feel him.
Yeah.
Treasure chests in general are one of the main things that destroys a world's lore for me in video games. It's one of those things that I just kind of like don't try not to think about too much in a role-playing game because there's so many things about treasure chests that are just nonsense.
Gimme.
Why is it here?
Sure.
Why is at the end of this hallway did somebody just drop a treasure chest right here
Mm-hmm.
to not have people find? If I'm in like a pirate's lair, okay, maybe I get that.
Yeah.
But if it's just some random crypt that's why is there a chest here?
I'd hide
And
some
one
treasure
thing
in
that
crypt.
I challenge role-playing developers to do
Mm-hmm.
that's still in some of the best role-playing games I've ever played, Skyrim, Witcher, Zelda, Bloodborne, like a lot of people don't do that, which is have different locks. Like in a lot of RPGs, same lock on every chest. You go into that person's house in their basement, it's the lock. You go into that crypt that hasn't been opened for 2,000 years, the exact same lock. They just like, oh, we just don't update locks. Because again, like a developer's like, why am I going to rack my brain to think of like 8 different ways to open a chest? but you should. I mean, that'd be rad to go in as to level up a lockpicking skill and then go into some area and even like maybe under time constraints. It's like, cool, open it. You got 10 seconds. You're like, whoa, what is this crazy lock? And it's like, you got to figure it out. Oh, you didn't get that.
Yeah,
treasure.
that might seem too
You
cumbersome.
actually have to get good at identifying what type of lock it is, identifying. I'm trying to think of like Jackbox does that. I'm trying to think of like party games that do that.
What?
Like the Mario Party where you just don't know the configuration of the thing before you get it. Like where you got a butt stomp to move the little pieces to make the image. Like that. Like I know what I have to do.
Yeah.
It's not like the process isn't complicated for me. It's kind of tricky to actually not be stressed out and do it. So I would love those types of lock picking setups.
Got it.
Yeah.
We have a love and respect question about treasure chests, and I think we should get into this too.
Cool.
Let's roll right into this one.
Wow.
Yes. This comes to us from Warren Blythe. Curious if you all have ever thought about compulsion loops, behaviorism, random reward schedules. I'm not sure what the best term is. They all seem kind of off-putting. This idea is that if every treasure chest had something rad, people wouldn't like the game. If every treasure chest you come up to has just something great in it, you're not going to be like it. But if the amount of chests with treasure inside is random, humans can't stop opening them. On some level, this seems unfair, especially to gambling addicts, but it also seems like the core of video games, no? Without some random element like a dice roll, it ain't a game. This is just kind of freaking me out. I thought I was playing video games to explore the limits of someone's rules and ideas for a virtual world, but maybe I'm just pushing buttons for a random reward, like a rat in a box. End comment.
Why not both?
Why not both? No, I get that. So, Jones, the reason why all treasure chests look the same is just that stupid feeling of,
Yeah.
like the dumb, like you're just on your couch, oh, cool. Like, that's it, man. You want to recognize it. You want to recognize it instantly, and you don't want to lockpick. You just want to pop that open and get a prize, a random prize.
The thing about that is, if there's too many chests, then I get over it. I'm like, another chest? I gotta open this?
There's
Come
a
on,
balance.
man.
There's a balance.
That's
for
why
sure.
I like
Yeah.
games that usually have fewer chests with more meaningful things in them. Like, this isn't a chest, for example, but Neo, I was getting so much loot all the time.
Yes, dude.
I was just like, I don't care, man. I don't even want to look at this right now.
Right.
Yeah. Blood, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that traditionally, overall, like the Zelda series, like, yeah, when you see a chest, like,
Yeah.
you have an idea of like how valuable that thing is going to be. You know, it's like if it's just some dumb wooden
Some
thing, it's got
rupees.
got a couple rupees you don't care about. But if it's more ornate, then it's probably got a key item.
Not anymore, though. Not in the Breath of the Wild era.
It's better about it, for sure.
It's better about it?
Yeah, because you get,
No,
I get
dude.
chests sometimes where I'm like,
No, I want there to be one treasure chest in this dungeon that certainly has a bow in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the items in the dungeons.
Yes.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, I want...
I wish it was. I don't want as predictable items though. Like, I don't want the bow in every the first.
Oh,
dungeon.
I hear what you're saying. Yes. Yeah. But, like, it's kind of tying into the question before. Like, it kind of bugs me, this idea of, like, there's a dice roll in that treasure chest. That
Sure.
little pop, like, I'm getting random prizes. But even though that bothers me from a context standpoint, my brain loves it. Because, boy, do we love just winning something. And
God, when you win a loot roll in WoW, Jones, remember back in the day, you win that nice piece of armor.
Yeah, I lost way more than I won, but yes, I
man,
know what
sorry.
you mean.
But I
well, you're supposed to lose way more than you win. That's what makes the wins feel good.
You're gonna
Right?
get that piece you've been wanting.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I totally love when, like, even if it's not something you're going to use, if you get, like, something that's very unique out of a chest, it's, that like, it has some kind of backstory behind it. Like, some of the advanced Witcher gear armor in The Witcher, like, when you come across a set, like, when you get to a chest, it's a whole set of stuff in the Souls game, and it's got, like, all the backstory there behind it. And The
No
Witcher...
RNG on those chests.
The Witcher ones, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
there's a whole story that goes along with that. Like, you
Yeah.
find
Yeah,
out about
why
the
there's-
guy that wore
yeah.
that stuff,
Love that stuff.
and so I think more games could learn from that kind of thing. To where, like, it doesn't have to be like some super unique item that, like a hook shot or something in Zelda. Like, it could just be a sword, but it's a sword that's got something more that goes back to it.
That's a really good example, Blood, because you're right. I don't think it needs to be random to be rewarding. Little surprises can actually, like, you can feel good about those exactly, without it being like a little random prize. You don't have to shout, lucky, I'm lucky. Great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you kind of nailed that one, Blood.
Yeah. And the thing is Witcher's just as bad as Neo about having tons and tons of useless loot. But it's also
there's
that
still like drops. There's still enemies you defeat
but the thing I
drops.
think about it is it kind of goes back to what you're talking about the Ring Knights, because I think just about every character in The Witcher, like, you can just pick up whatever garbage clothes they're wearing.
Yeah.
I'm such an RPG noob that I got over encumbered and thought the game was running poorly.
In what game?
In Witcher.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, amazing.
I think Damiani had a similar thing with Skyrim.
Yeah.
He was just picking up everything, like all
And I
this
was like,
random
what
stuff.
happened to the game? This game sucks. It's like, Kyle, you're just carrying too much stuff, dude. Which is fair. That is a fair thing to simulate, actually. Like,
It's a weird thing to deal with. I definitely a love-hate relationship with encumbrance.
Yeah, I'm just kind of at the point now. I'm like, just let me carry everything. I don't care.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't care. I don't want to have to drop this piece of thing right here.
Right, it goes back to that first one where it's like, it's okay. It's not going to break my immersion if I know what this weapon is the moment I pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get that. Like, sometimes it's just like, let me play a game.
Just streamline a little.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That has been love and respect. Jones, did you want to chime in one more time?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Sometimes you lean in. So,
Scratch my nose.
oh, okay. Behind the nose? Behind the screen, scratching the nose. I guess that's it. That's the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Behind the
Thanks, everybody.
nose.
Behind the nose. We don't do bets anymore. The Red Eagles have sealed the win. Caca.
Some people were asking for some exhibition bets, but
This is
Yeah.
the Eagles won, dude. Oh no.
Put the wing
Oh,
on the
you
neck.
put the- you
just
put
right
the-
on the neck.
Yeah.
You put her upside down. What was her name? Patty? I think her name
Yeah,
is Patty.
Patty.
Yeah, don't do that. No. They're friends, dude.
I bought Patty. I brought Patty into this world.
Yeah, don't do that.
Let me
to
send her off.
They're friends. By the way, we have beanie babies for those two, the Red Eagle and the Purple Platypus. We've replaced it, Blood. We're not doing bets. We have a whole new segment. It's called Ore Wars. Now, in Ore Wars, I'm going to present 3 different sets of options, this or this. You must make a case for one of those 2 things and why. The person who makes the best cases for their picks will win the Ore Wars.
Okay.
Brad, you want to go first?
Sure.
So actually, well, I'll need picks from each of you.
Oh, okay.
But I'll change who has to go first.
Yeah, all right.
So Brad's going first on this one.
Yeah, all right.
Skyrim VR or Skyrim Switch. Go.
Skyrim VR.
Why?
I played Skyrim VR last night for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's pretty freaking awesome being able to just look around and get to a dude's face this close, Kyle. And climbing up the mountain and just being like, oh, I'm in Skyrim right now. I didn't even feel sick doing it.
Whoa.
I lucked out.
Do you use the analog stick?
Yeah. I was trying it all out, dude.
Whoa. Daniel Bloodworth. Skyrim VR or Skyrim Switch.
I'm going with Skyrim VR as well.
Why?
Yeah, I think that's just. I mean, of course, it's predicated on what you can have access to, but I think it's the more interesting experience. Like Skyrim Switch, like great, you can take it with you, but Skyrim VR is like, yeah, you can experience that world and that game in a whole new way. It can feel a lot fresher. I haven't played Skyrim itself in VR, but I played a little bit of Fallout in VR, and it's the same kind of thing. It was like, I'm just having fun looking at this place. This is great. So yeah, I would say if especially if you're doubling down, especially if you put 200 hours into Skyrim VR has got to be the way to go back into it.
Brandon Jones, Skyrim VR or Skyrim Switch?
Skyrim Switch.
Ooh, why?
Because we don't know what people have. I don't know what equipment you have. So to me, just judging that base consumer, I would have to assume that you would have to buy PlayStation Move controllers and the PSVR to play Skyrim on VR. And I think for me, Skyrim, the real majesty of Skyrim, the wonderment of that is the long hauls, experiencing that entire world, going into as many dungeons as you can, as many different, max out as many classes as you can, try to see as many different versions of story conclusions as you can. Doing that in VR is a task. I really enjoyed what I experienced in VR, but I think it is worth that. I think it's worth going in and checking that out, especially if you have played the game before. I think that is a very particular section of that audience, and I think there's a lot of other VR games that you would get just the same amount of satisfaction from just going in. Wow, look at that.
Okay, we're gonna do our next set. Here's the rule.
Oh, no.
Well, not a rule, but I'm gonna give you bonus points if you don't make me ask you why. If you just roll right into your take, go for it.
Great.
So, Bloodworth, you'll go first on this one. Resident Evil Revelations Collection or Resident Evil 7 Not a Hero and End of Zoe.
Oh, Resident Evil 7
DLC.
DLC. Yeah, for sure. I think that Resident Evil 7 in general is the much stronger game, whether you play it in VR or you just play it on a TV. I think I haven't seen specifically what the DLC are doing, but yeah, I mean, if that's the choice, if you already have Resident Evil 7, then I don't know why you wouldn't want to jump into more of that experience as opposed to, I mean, what Revelations was originally a 3DS game, had some weird mechanics in there. Revelations 2 is probably a bit better, but yeah, it's 7. I think it's a good sign for where the series is headed.
Brandon Jones, Resident Evil Revelations Collection or Resident Evil 7 Not a Hero and End of Zoe.
Resident Evil 7 DLC.
Why?
If you get Revelations, then you're going to probably get more value for your dollar, I think. There's probably more to do. But you play those Resident Evil DLCs, you are on the bleeding edge of Resident Evil innovation. Like, that is where that franchise is right now. Those are the crazy decisions that they're making. I think timeliness, if you are a Resident Evil fan, that's the content you're going to want to absorb.
Brad, Resident Evil Revelations Collection or Resident Evil 7 Not a Hero and End of
Resident
Zoe.
Evil 7, give me answers. What's going on in this universe? What is Chris Redfield doing here? How is he involved with this new corporation? What's going on with the Baker family? I think that was their last name. What is their deal? I want to know more about the backstory with Spencer building their house and everything like that. First person, new perspective, new fresh take.
Okay, this is the stuff I'm looking for. That was hot. That was very hot. Brandon Jones, you're starting on this one. Okay. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp or Bubsy the Woolly Strike Back.
How dare you? Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, it's free.
Whoa, Brad.
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, Bugsby's overrated.
Oh.
I'm done with him.
Duh.
I had fun with him when I was younger, but it's time for me to move on. Animal Crossing on the phone is not my optimal way to play it, but it's been proven to be pretty fun and jolly because I know I'm getting into with it. Cool 5 minutes. Done.
Proven.
Daniel Bloodworth.
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand the Bubsy play at all. I think, it's cute that they went back and did that. That game does not look very good.
Look at that man's face. You know the Bubsy play.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, Animal Crossing, I think it's just a game that you can have fun with and you enjoy for a long period of time, and you won't regret it an hour later.
The Ore Wars have ended. The winner, unexpectedly, is Daniel Bloodworth.
Whoa!
I gotta say, Brad was bringing the fire, but the phrase "I don't understand the Bubsy play" is simply too funny.
Yeah.
Not to award.
If you make Kyle do this.
Yeah, I don't understand the Bubsy play. I don't.
Well done.
Like there's a play about Bubsy.
Yeah.
It's like his life story. The curtain moves apart and he comes out. Okay, so
explain how I got this
probably
shirt.
wondering how I got into this.
That's the question. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, I don't understand that either. All right, let's talk about patreon.com/easyallies, which is the website, the URL that you would go to find out more about the Easy Allies, more about what we do, the kinds of things we do, and generally how we are supported, how we are enabled to do what we do. So yeah, check out that site. Check out easyallies.com to see our schedule in your time zone. Every video we put up, every stream that we do is on that schedule, and it will appear in a time that is relevant to you. That's the stuff. Brad, how'd you do on your goal this week?
I did it.
What's your goal?
Yeah,
yeah,
I did it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Daniel Bloodworth, how did you do on your goal this week?
About 85% there.
Sorry, what was your goal?
Not to botch the opening of the new segment.
You killed it. You crushed it.
No, I missed like a word in there or something.
You want to try it one more time?
No.
No.
Infinite content.
Infinite content. We're infinitely content.
Yeah, that was great. You nailed it, bud. Brandon Jones, are you in the Christmas spirit?
I'm not.
Come on,
I'll get there though.
Right.
I'll get there.
My goal was to think of a new Christmas song by the end of the podcast. So I'll bounce right back to you after my Christmas song. Ready? I have an ornament on the tree again.
Very impressive.
How about now? Are you in the...
No.
Okay, all right.
Jones, you gotta watch Rudolph.
Okay.
You gotta watch
The stop motion?
Yes, of course.
Frosty and
Yeah.
the gang?
Yeah, and I'll even throw in the bonus New Year one if you've never seen that one. It's
No,
hilarious.
what happens in that one?
Baby New Year with Baby New Year, where the bird Eon takes Baby New Year.
I
and
got
he goes,
the- I got the
"Oh,
DVD."
Baby New Year. That's
a
how he
weird one.
laughs. Sure. And they recruit Ben Franklin, a caveman, and a knight. And he goes, "Where's Baby New Year?"
Now
They
you're
go
selling
back
it,
to all
dude.
these different years,
Close.
right?
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
How about I'm Mr. Snow Miser. I'm
Mr. Sun.
No,
Something
Snow
like
Miser. What is it? I'm Mr.
I don't remember.
Turns to snow in my clutch. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and they got the
He's good.
the Jack Frost one where that guy builds all the robots.
Isn't that
Castle?
Snow Miser? Snow Miser and Heat Miser
I
are
don't know,
not
dude.
Jack Frost.
I
You're
watched
right.
that one like twice.
Those are two different dudes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that will help, Jones. Hopefully that will help you out. Appreciate it. Brad,
Yes.
because so no, I went to
No,
blood.
blood one.
Yeah, blood. Because you are the victor of the Ore Wars, you get to share your Twitter handle with the world. You get to promote any Easy Allies video you would like to promote. You get to have the last word on anything you've disagreed with, you want to reiterate, or just something that popped up in your mind. And you get to sign off with your trademark sign off.
Oh, I never heard it.
It's good.
I don't think I've heard it. Sweet.
Yeah, my Twitter handle is @dbloodworth2. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I did a little sneaky stream. I guess it was Saturday. Did a dirty little surprise.
I was not okay with that, by the way.
Dirty little surprise.
Dirty little surprise.
The name of his stream was A Dirty Little Surprise.
That's gross.
I don't want to know more.
That's grody.
You can find that on youtube.com/EasyAlliesPlays. But I was playing Spin Tires.
Oh.
And it came out on consoles not that long ago. And yeah, you can see me make far too many attempts to back a truck up, and it has a real good ending. I won't spoil the ending if you haven't seen it.
Oh,
okay.
I was gonna say, that
I did
sounds
not see the
really
ending, yeah.
bogus right now.
But yeah, there's some crazy stuff where like, yeah, you're trying to climb a hill and you got to get like the gear shifter like between first and second to like climb the hill appropriately. Yeah,
Sounds riveting.
yeah.
It's a weird thing is the game's intentionally not riveting, but it's riveting in its accuracy
Yeah.
of the simulation, I think, right? Of like just dealing with mud.
Yeah, just dealing with mud, just like thinking like, oh, this part on the side of the road, this looks way more stable than the big mud puddle, so I'm just gonna go over there. Oh, I'm halfway underground now. So,
Okay, this does sound fun.
yeah, and it's kind of funny. Like some people were commenting that it looks like the apocalypse happened and this truck driver just didn't notice.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess that's what Russia looks like when the permafrost is melting. Oh gosh, final word. I don't know. Final word.
Anything, bud.
Anything.
Yeah.
I don't
doesn't
get,
have to
I
even
don't
be
get the
from-
Bubsy play. I'll keep it there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Bubsy play. Who was waiting for that? It's so strange. They even had the old Accolade start screen, which I remember from the Commodore 64. But yeah, I don't think many people do. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you before the next blood moon rises.
I am enjoying these microtransactions.
The Easy Allies would like to thank our Patreon podcast producers. We apologize in advance for all the ally names we are about to misspell and mispronounce. Ebb Software, L. Thanis, Hogue Law, I. Keyless, Jigarbov Productions, Jojo Dentco, Mango, Pixel Perfect Polygons, Greg Kettering, Chris Dybeck, MC Griffin, Nick, Walker Hope, Cameron Hendry, Will Schmuck, Michael Kozachenko, Gabriel Heilborn, Professor Metal Gear, Bradley Spees, Caleb Aranda, Zachary Wingate, John Tyson, Ken Lair, Beaten Down Brian, Silent Consonant, Andrew Reif, Sigma, Dan Sebring, Quistan, Tim O'Keefe, Nick Owens, Robert Stoffel, Jonathan and Amy Alconis, Corey Jackson, Richard Smuts, Samuel Justice, Jake Musser, Andrew Bailey, Anti-Ataraxia, Richard G. Flowers, Yo Butts, Michael Bisegli, Caden Geist, Demos Clay, WFTV Eyewitness News, Chum Nguyen, Dave Red, Thomas Wigginton Jr., Neil Bruce, Jared Reif, 44 Stars, Marius Smith, Matthew Pauling, Gino Elite, Carl Williams, Jason A. Sackle, Candy Coated Thorns, G. Levin, Charles Anthony Iapicino, G. Ken, Hitman 47, Ryan Anderson, Jean-Philippe Legacy, Colt Doss, Paul Nolson, Cody Harden, Jay Shee, Marcel Froelich, Phoenix Doss, Akira Sendo, Lee Young, Andrew Kidd, Thomas Gonzalez, Peter Davis, Hudson Bilbrey, Rack, Brad Lohman, Gary Fair, Malfalax, Ian Santa Anna, Tim Strothman, Caleb Crawford, DRD 7 of 14, Blue Suitor, Leanna Alexandru, Todd Yurkovic, Joe Burns, Patrick Chong, Sergio Ruben Hernandez Gallegos, Stephen Last, Ahmad Naki, Jesse Vitelli, the Banana Forklift Killer. Oh yes, cool, great. Joachim Morovuo, Gustav Strombaum, Kelvin Hartanto, Marcel Markov, Mark J. Betters II, Nefertiti Jenkins, David Wen, Andrew Afonso, Oni Blackmage, Luke Arnold, Matthew Holcomb, Daryl Schramm, Brent Phillips, Leaf Johnson, Bobby Sandino, Matthew Robles, Catherine Lai, Gary James, Kit Snow, Ian Bradburn, Robert Crouch, Mikhail Agnal, Sean German Efficiency Clinton, Sven von Brand, Ulf himself, Trenton Robeson, John Prey, By Menace, Mikhail Bach Sorensen, V8 Dave, Nasser, Ritz 1906, Fabian Schuster, The Solar Sailor, Hasney, Luis Ibarra, Tony Knox, C-Note 51, iSun Chor, Forrest, Caleb Ledoux, Mike Hook 1, Thomas Einsporn, Bry Guy, Jamie Jackman, Xylo Wolfbane, Quick Scares, Alexander Schiller, The Classiest Hobo, Boris Scherl, Captain Fancy Pants, Zinterax, Modren, Paul Bishop, Travis Miosi, Trey Whetstone, Adam Damon, Matt McCarthy, Sean Mackey, Yasser Aluseni, Leroy Anderson, Jonas Andreas Sibison, Reed Johnson, Freddie Fingers 27, Manuel Thomas, Peter Wen, Luke Bennett, Eric Kopen, Adam Scherenbrock, Not Jack, Kurzistav Rogowski, Kevin McMaster, Allison Burnt, Anna Lancaster, Jenny Markula, Bjornar Haraldsvik, Sean Day Almeida, Chris Sleep, Saturn, Ace Jackson 777, Jacob Whittington, Charlie, Wouter DeHaze, Michael Favacci, Eric Maynard, Fabian Winkler, Cartridge Brothers, Bernardo Del Castillo, Leon Keys, Mugen Himura, Raymond Lee, Yasser Kerbushi, Clay Roberts, Todd Paxton, Faraz Rizvi, Dakota Hayes, Zoostick, Don Turner, Mumble Mumbleton, Masuki 211, Kyle Bradford, Jesse Fish, Shino Bazu, Jason Joint, Edison S. Prada Jr., Alexander Breveglieri, Travis Ing, Ahmad Al-Rashed, Tuttle, Beth, Furious Action Gamer, Stuart Siddall, Joseph Caruso, Reiner Lipp, Michael Shriver, G-Sith, Connor Ross, Matt Gunther, Evan Eng, Joshua Vanswall, Eric Gustafson, Refill, Sebastian Trier, Samsis Strombaum, Bonnie and Jason Connor, Alex AI, Jeffrey Daniel Lasley, Stephen Walther, Rock Gordon, Mac, Carla Zuniga, Diggles, Ryan Cohen, Adam Mulaney, Link666 Goron, Terrence Ireland, Simon Gauthier, Momo Rashid, M. Legend, Marcus Hankins, Bread Roll Art, Peds, Calgareth, Eddie Reisner, Chase Caldwell, Andrew Buchter, Palkin Stirs and Stirs, Barry, Mikey Novak, Adam Henry, Beautiful Kai, Mac Jam, Ronnie, Caffeine Rage, David Kennedy, Durgesh Patel, Kenneth Procius, Mike Calvi, Sarah, Philip Stadler, Anthony Daniel Galvin, Benny Samuelson, Trolls Rasmussen, Daniel Wong, Jameson Anderson, Vincent Foliat, Hutchitron, Ahab, Neobear, Tetra Ninja, Quinn Gary, Alex Glass, Junya Motomura, Mylene LaPearl Vanass, Mithers Strongbeard, Nycrypt, Mons Anderson, Elvin Skogheim, Jai Aldiar, Kevin DeBolt, Morgan Worth, Tom Masterman, Sam Sorensen, Matt Ferguson, Michael Tennick, William Heaney, Krister Lundmark, Chris the Pianist, Michelle Nubb, Sandra and Richard Acero, Battleox, David Tran, Mick Malloy, Adam Barker, Philip Klarskov Jensen, Niels Frederick Elbol, Sun Pham, Thomas Clover, Alex Monaco, Arthur Henrique Chinaglia, Nuno Amaral, Galen Moxley Hagert, Twisted Heart, David Boyarski, Rahiv Maharaj, Toasty Soul, Sean McGing, Pete Cerny, Daggeth, Joachim Wiederberg, Christopher Santis, Marco Flores, Sam Handrick, Tarek Leham, Christian Hundorf, Egg Stravaganza, Gali Gutierrez, Addison Muir, The Fatty Show, Jason Shields, Rickster EXE, Julio Ruiz, Lars Berger, Monica, Lorenzo, Remy Loisel, Jordan Kirk, Christopher Dixon, Pete Shoemaker, Repus Edud, Irvin De La Torre, Cyberboa, Christophe Fatui, Azazel Valkyrie, G.W. Fox, Christopher Foss, Outcast Writer, Chris Bennett, Liam Ahern, Helping Leon, Jean-Sebastian B., Self-Confessed Cynic, V. Kira Ray, Tristan Howard, Jeremiah Snowden, Materia Addict, Robert I., Blastermaster, Elizabeth, Miguel Rivas, Alex Lavanier, Justin Wren, Malcolm Moschette, Adam, Cal, Joel Olson, Robert Ori Einerson, Christopher Donnelly, Matt Karwoski, Jesper Lawson, Joel Short, Marco Hernandez, Magnus Rasmussen, Clinton Hayes, Seyun Kim, Andrew Amos, Struggler, Tense George, Bunny Chen, Joey and Kate, Wavering Radiant, Raymond Chow, Caffeinade, Ian Anderson, DanPan16, Tongue Surgery, C.S. Lewis, Oro Gacchino, Jana, Roy Sung, Kim Monk Vonderleith Hagensen Petersen, Colin Hoylman, Reed Marlett, Ali Khan Sunger, Shanley Ladia, Dale A. Brule, Kyle, Rerun, Arkham Fantasy, Rosamoon, Philip Higdon, John Ivor Carlson, Spencer Stevens, Russell Bateman, Elliot Moscow, Daniel Fuchs, Brandon Tinney, Ivan Ponce, Christopher A. Butler, Adam Warizek, Sean Essen, Sebastian Urban, Marco Zanone, Alec Church, Culinary Stud, Michael Yao.